Absolutely. This is Sacred Stories, and we always tell our sacred stories. And you are the only person I've ever spoken to so far that has a sacred story and how you started working with glyphs. So, yes, please share.
Right. Now, I've often been, for some reason, I was fascinated with glyphs, and I didn't really know why. And I would look them up on the Internet, and I got Mayan glyphs, and I'd had little drawings, and I'd tried taping them to my solar plexus, and I didn't really notice anything. And then someone sent me an email, and on the email was a glyph. And let me explain, if anybody doesn't know what a glyph is, think about hieroglyphics, like the little drawings on the tombs or in Indian caves. A glyph is a small drawing that has meaning to it. And so there's a picture on this email. It looked like a bug, like a centipede. And it had a little wiggly line around it, and it said that this glyph would remove parasites that hold fear in our body. And I thought, fear, that was my biggie. I mean, fear has controlled my life. I mean, my total life has been just totally controlled. From the time I was a child, my life was controlled with fear. And so I thought, boy, this is for me. So I printed it out, and I cut out the glyph. It was about 2 inches in height. And it said, use with integrity, and that we've been holding this in us since the days of Babylonia and Atlantis. And I thought, oh, wow, this is fascinating. So then it said use it with integrity, and I thought, well, how? And then I must have been guided. I put it against my solar plexus. And anybody who doesn't know, the solar plexus is an energy center that's right at an upside-down V, where the rib cage comes in, an upside-down V. And as soon as I did that, I felt a tremendous jumping around in my liver. I thought, what in heaven's name? I felt a tremendous activity. And this went on for a while, and then it subsided. I tried it the next day, and nothing happened. And I thought, well, I don't know what it was. I think I had it. I think it's gone. And I asked my guides. Now, I was able at this time to communicate with my guides. And so I said, whoever could give a drawing that much power, I can do that, because we all have the power. God has given us all power. And so they gave me a very brief instruction, and so I tried creating a glyph, one for energy and one for joy, and I didn't really have any results at all. So then a friend of mine called me, and she had taken a glass bowl out of her dishwasher that was still hot. It was her dog's drinking bowl, and she poured cold water in it, and it shattered into pieces, and a piece went deep into her foot, and she managed to get it out, the glass out of there, and then this is 2 weeks, and it was badly infected. But she did not want to take an antibiotic, and she said, Jean, what can I do? And I said, Kathy, would you be willing to try a little research? I want to try making a glyph to kill that bacteria in there. And she said, okay. And so I created a little drawing, looked like a little amoeba, and I created another one to speed healing. And I emailed these 2 glyphs to her. And the next morning, she said, wow, these glyphs are working. She said the pain is gone, the swelling is gone, the redness is gone, and it was on its way to healing. And so then I knew I was onto something.